Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be building a kelp farm. This kelp farm, however, is unlike another one. This one is actually really good at XP. The way it works is basically, here there is a 0-tick kelp farm which goes into this hopper, fills up this chest here, and then it goes into the smoker. And this chest here is a fuel chest, so we put fuel in there obviously to fuel up the smoker. And what it does is, each time this kelp smelts, obviously it goes into the hopper and into this chest here out as dried kelp. I'll explain the cobblestone in a minute. So basically it goes through here, but even though the kelp goes through into the furnace, the XP actually stays in the furnace. So that means the more kelp that smelts into this chest here, the more XP stores up in this. I think it's a bug, I'm not sure, but it is very good, so it is. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to build it. These are the materials you will need. So yeah, you'll need some blocks. I just put those, I don't know how many blocks it is, but I just approximated and have a stack. You'll need a smooth stone slab, a water bucket, a bit of kelp, a stack of coal. Now that's the fuel, it doesn't have to be coal, you can use some, I don't know, lava bucket or whatever, but I chose to use coal, a smoker, 3 chests, 4 hoppers, 2 torches, a lever, a redstone repeater, 3 redstone dust, 4 redstone torches, a piston, a sticky piston, 3 sand, a button, and 8 glass and 1 pane. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to get your blocks. Now I'm using stone blocks, and you want to create a T kind of shape here, and you're going to want to break this in the middle, so like kind of have like a V or something like that, and then place another block here. Get your lever, put it here, get a redstone torch here, get your repeater. The ticks don't matter, just put it down as default, you don't have to have it at like a certain tick. Put a redstone torch here, and that's going to create a clock. Just go to the lever and hit and turn it off, and then come over here to the back and place another block here, and put 2 redstone dust here, and then just get your blocks again and put one here. Get your sticky piston, not the normal one, we'll be using that later, just put it here, and it's going to extend out automatically, but it needs to be like that. And now get your blocks and put one here, and then a temporary one in the center here, and put one here, and then break the one in the middle so it looks like kind of a plus thing, and then get your sand and place it in like that. This part is very important because basically this relies on like some sort of glitch which makes the 0-tick work, but sometimes the sand falls, but you do not want it like this. It will not work if sand gets there. So what you're going to want to do is just break a block here and then place a torch. This means that if the sand does fall, it will automatically break, which must happen, otherwise it will break if it goes down there normally, as seen before. What you're going to want to do now is get your redstone torch and get one here, put one here, and then you want to place a block above, get another torch, and place another block above, place one more torch. You want to come here on top of the piston and go 1, 2, 3, get your normal piston and place it like that. So then if I just press this, you see they'll both be activated. Then what you want to do is, you want to get your sand again and place 2 here. What you're going to want to do then is get your blocks. So basically we're going to be covering it up, so just get your blocks and place them here just to cover up the sand from the side, like as seen currently. And maybe just place some blocks here as well just to cover it up, we don't really need to see it. Also place another one here. And then just come around to the back beside this piston and place a block here and a block here. Also some here and here. Okay, so this part, the part we will be doing now, will be the actual farm itself, or the actual XP part. So what you're going to do is place 2 temporary blocks here, break this one if you can, and then put a chest down, then break this one here and just come up here or wherever, and then sneak and basically put a hopper into this chest here. This will be the input chest where all of the kelp goes into. And now if we come underneath and get another hopper, place one here, and then get our smokers. And yeah, we're going to actually need to break some some ground here just so we can create a bit of room. So we can do that very quickly. Doesn't matter how much. I broke a bit over there as well. It's just so we can access it a bit easier. So then we get another hopper underneath, and then another chest. So this will be the output chest, which I'll explain later with the dried kelp. And then we'll also have another hopper here and another chest. This chest here will be the fuel chest. Okay, now we're actually going to do the actual proper farm. So what you're going to want to do next is you're going to come up here and place some blocks as shown. Then also you want to get your actual glass block. Don't get the window pane yet. And place 1, 2, 3, 4, and do the exact same here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then get your blocks and then place it in a 3x3 pattern, but with a hole in the middle, as shown. And then get a torch here just to light it up. Just to light it up. Okay, now what you're going to want to do now is want to get your button and place it here. So you're going to want to do that. And now you're going to want to get your pane and you're going to want to sneak and place on top of the hopper. And this is so that the water doesn't escape out everywhere, and so that but at the same time the kelp can actually go into the hopper because the pane isn't a full block. So now what you're going to do is get your water bucket and just aim here. Oh crap, get your slab, place it here on the top part of the block, not the bottom. Then get your water bucket, come under here, and then just place it like this as shown. That just flows in like this. And now what you're going to want to do now is get your kelp. Get 2 bits of kelp actually. I made a mistake. You need 2 bits of kelp. Place one and then one on top of the other. It's a bit hard to see because of the water, but there are 2 kelp here. And then that's pretty much it done. Now this part, however, is really important. So what you're going to want to do first is this chest at the bottom. Basically, as I said earlier, the kelp goes into this furnace and then outputs into this chest here. But see, this part is kind of confusing. So what you're going to basically, the more levels you want, the more kelp has to be smelted. Hence, the more spaces you will need. But just say I want 1 row of kelp to be smelted, if you get me, 1 row. So we're going to have to block the last 2 rows. So get any junk block, it doesn't matter, and then just place it around here and keep splitting this up until it fills up the last the bottom 2 rows of this chest. Okay, now that the bottom 2 rows are now full up of cobblestone, so that means I want 1 row of kelp to be smelted. But what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to get your coal or your fuel source. I'm just going to get dried kelp. And then go to this chest and place it in here. So those are going to output into the fuel of this. And now you're going to want to turn on this lever so it activates the 0 tick. Now as you can see, it's going into this chest and activating it. And then as you will see in a minute, once this is smelted, it's going to go in here. And you're going to want to wait until this whole row fills up of kelp, as shown like this. Now this isn't nearly done either. It takes around an hour, so you're going to want to do an hour of waiting for the first row. I think it's an hour, I'm not 100% sure. And if you want 2 rows, you're going to have to wait a lot longer, I'm afraid. So yeah, this time, the one disadvantage of this farm is time. It takes a while to get going, but once it gets going, it is really good. So yeah, I'll get back to you in an hour once this is full up, and I will tell you what to do next. Okay guys, as you can see, finally, it is finally filled up. The whole first row is filled up. So what we want to do now is, obviously there's some going to go into this because there's nowhere else for the kelp to go. But what you're going to want to do now is, you see here, we used cobblestone to clog up the bottom 2 rows of the chest. We're going to be clogging up the hopper as well. This is so that the kelp can gather up in here, because there's no other way for you to get the XP. So that means we're going to have to clog the hopper as well. But this part is very important. We have to make sure it's a different block to the one in the chest. So as you can see here, it's cobblestone. So here I'm just going to use, for an example, bricks. The reason why, if I use cobblestone here as well, it's just going to go straight into this. It's just going to gather up. I'll show an example. So I'm going to get some cobblestone now. going to get some. I'm going to use this for my clog and lock, and look what happens. It just goes straight into this. We do not want that to happen. So I'll just take this out real quick. I'm going to get a different block, so I'm going to use bricks. I'm going to place them here. Just going to spread them out really quick. And finally here as well, I can just replace it with this. Doesn't really matter. Okay, if I can now, I'm not the best at it. Okay, so I'm going to just swap that out. So now all of the kelp is going to gather up in here, and I will show you how it works. But for that, I need to kill myself really quick. Okay, so I'm in survival mode now. I'm just going to kill myself really quick, so I lose all of my levels. Now I'm going to go over, so as you can see I have 0 levels. So what you're going to want to do now is, you want to go over to this, you want to hold it, you want to take out as little as possible. This is why, because like, it does not matter how much kelp you take out, whether it's one or a stack, you'll get the exact same amount of XP. So there's no point wasting it. So take out as little as possible every single time. So I've got one bit, I'm going to take it out. I took one, and look, I'm on level 5 already. Level 5. And I'm going to take more out. I'm on level 8. Take another bit out. Level 9. Level 12. See how fast this is OP, guys. And here's the thing. You might be thinking, sure, that's not a lot. The thing is with this farm, the more times you use this farm, the better it gets. So if you have this farm, and just say for about a week, on the first day it might get 5 levels, but you could get 15 after a week. So the more times you use this farm, the more XP you get. So let me show you again. I'm going to hold it, take out as little as possible, and I'm at level 14. Do it again. Look at me, level 16. It's so OP. It is a really good farm, so it is. And the good thing is, you don't have to worry about fuel, because each time you take out this kelp, you can turn it into kelp blocks, which you can use to fuel it. So it's an endless cycle. It is really good. I don't think it's meant to exist though, because I think Zero Tick was meant to be patched, but it wasn't. So yeah, as you can see, it's OP. Once again, I'm going to take out a bit, and I'm on level 18, take out another bit. I'm on level 19, another bit, and I'm on level 20. It's OP. It's a really good farm, and it's not even that hard to build. Look at this, it's tiny. We need barely any resources, but the only disadvantage about this farm is that you have to wait a bit of a while for the kelp to fill up in here, as you can see. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a very good tutorial. I think it's possibly one of the best farms you will ever make. It is very worth it. So yes, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, I'm going to be building this in my Let's Play world, so maybe if you want to watch that as well, you might get to see this more often and more in use. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.